All right, today let's discuss the topic. I've been asked this many times on my channel and a few comments, rip and ships. Okay, so big thing on Whatnot right now is rip and ships. Now, you may see probably almost everyone doing it. I myself included see tons of people doing, thousands of people doing it. Um, and honestly, I want to really dive into what a rip and ship is. So for those of you that are not familiar with a rip and ship, so a rip and ship is basically when you get a pack of Pokemon cards. I go to the store, obviously buy a pack, open it, and of course, let's just say these are the cards. Open it once someone bids on it. So let's say I throw the bid up there. They bid $2. No one else bids anymore. $2 for the pack, and then bam. I, of course, open the cards, see what's inside, and then ship that to that particular customer who obviously won that auction. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is, are they actually profitable, and kind of go over the full kind of scale of it and why I personally don't like rip and ships. So when I first started Whatnot, I did do a rip and ship of a few packs. Someone said, hey, will you, that pack, I had a few packs on display. Those were just kind of showcasing my store. And someone said, hey, do you want to do a rip and ship? Did it. They didn't really pull much out of it, but they did wind up, I sent it to them, obviously. Now, I know there's a lot of rip and shippers out there that don't send if they pull a particular card. Obviously, because it's a huge card, they need it, they're trying to grade it, they're trying to sell it themselves and make a profit, whatever that, in question may be. Personally, I'm not trying to discourage rip and ships. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that do rip and ships, and you guys genuinely get the cards. They're credible sellers. I don't want to, talk down to them or in any shape or form, because I'm sure, there are plenty out there that do good. I know there's some out there that do bad. Obviously, there are bad apples everywhere. There's everything's not always black and white, that so to speak. So, like, what do I like to do? I personally don't do rip and ships. I did that one time with that one pack. Sent him that. I think he pulled like a regular EX out of the pack, and he's like, "Oh, it was kind of fun." And the stream was over after that. After I did the rest of the cards that I was doing. Personally, I like to structure my shows with what I know I'm doing. So what I like to do, and I would encourage you new people on Whatnot to do, is start off with doing actual cards. Like, for instance, if I was doing a show right now and I was trying to make these sell and be like, 2 lot EXs, you get 2 EXs, and we do like, oh, these two, you get these two, you get these two, and start off at $1. That way you're guaranteed something, right? Because when you're doing rip and ships, it's almost kind of like a gambling in a sense. I mean, you may get something good, you may not. And personally, from the creator side, which would be me, the seller side, it's just unethical, and it's not really something that's going to make you profitable, right? So, for instance, cards like this, and I have my slabs here to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So, what I do is I'll buy collections around 70 to 80%. So, let's say someone already has a collection, and they have a full, binder full of cards like these vintage ones. I'm going to take those cards, see which ones I'm going to pre-scan them, pre-grade them, see if they're worthy enough for grades. Obviously, these are my personal collection, so it didn't matter what grades they got. But I'm going to see if they're suitable for grades, if I think they made 9 or 10, see how good the profit margins are on that 9 or 10. Send those off to grading. Let's say it's 10 cards. Let's say I order 100 cards, 10 of them go to that. The rest of the 90, you have bulk, right? And you're like, okay, well, what do you do with the 90? That's where Whatnot is a good place to do, and that's what I do on Whatnot. So I will take that and schedule my shows and structure them to where I have nothing but hits. So I may have just straight EXs, straight mega EX, full arts, illustration rares, full art trainer cards, whatever, what have you. I try to structure them around that instead of doing, okay, let's rip and ship, let's open this pack and send you see if you get something good out of the pack. I personally don't like that. And someone is always going to lose when you do rip and ships. So if you spend like $120 on a booster box, let's say you get a Japanese booster box, you can get those around $120, particularly the newer ones, typically when they come out. And let's say you're only going to profit about $80. Like, that's just a fact. Like, you could sell all the cards, all the packs in there for a couple dollars. You're probably only going to profit around $80. And after shipping fees and all that, Whatnot fees, any, fees for that matter, for whatever platform you're on, you're not going to profit any. Meaning, you kind of just open that booster box. Yeah, it was fun. I'm sure your viewers loved it. But you're not really making any profit there. And if you're not making profit there, you can't just continue to do it unless you just like doing it. And in that case, if you just like spending that extra money, losing the money on that, that's perfectly fine. And again, there are people out there, I'm sure, that make money doing rip and ships. But I know I have a lot of comments of people ask me, can you break down and show how you can profit off rip and ships? You cannot profit off rip and ships unless you are just the luckiest person alive and hit every single time. People are just buying packs from you because they know you have good luck, so to speak, and you're hitting all these good cards. 9 times out of 10, though, you are not going to be profitable off the rip and ships. So again, what I would do if you guys are out there and you want more in depth, I would buy collections, full collections. You know what you're getting. Vintage cards, modern cards, usually modern clean cards are more what I go with. And stick with those. And again, like I said, I pick usually like a small margin. Let's say I order 300 cards. I may pick out 20 cards that are suitable for grading, send those off to grading. I usually use tag and PSA. I'm just going to be honest, PSA has taken way too long in the past couple months. Especially with their prices being inflated now even more and their turnaround times even higher. I predominantly grade with tag mainly, and a lot of people like to hate on tag slabs when it comes to selling them. Personally, online, I do know that it's a problem in personal shows or your actual card shows that you go to in person, but online, I have had no issues selling these on tag, or on eBay, on Whatnot stores, the store you can have on the shop. I mean, I've just had no issues. Like, I just offloaded 20 slabs. I have no slabs left. I just sold them all, and I sold them all for pretty much my asking price. I'm definitely willing to negotiate prices, so that also helps. That being said, though, do I think rip and ships are good for early sellers especially? No, I do not think rip and ships are good. Can you be profitable on them? I'm sure you can. I'm sure there are tons of people out there that are profitable on them. Do I think it's a good conduit for new people or myself or even people coming into this? No, I do not. So, as I said, I can go in more depth on how I do all this. If you guys want to see more videos on that, leave me some comments down below. But personally, I do not think rip and ships are good for starting out, and I do not think that they're very good with profitable-wise. I do think grading, selling your bulk, and stuff like that, auctions on Whatnot, that's particularly where you're going to make more of your profit. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me some comments down below, any questions, comments, concerns, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.